Thank you very much. A great honor to moderate this session regarding the potential of Industry 4.0. As she did, I have a lot of big experience in implementing Industry 4.0 technologies and platform in the automotive industry. As the automotive industry is one of the key technology drivers when it comes to push technologies and intelligence. And since years also within the Digital Transformation Alliance, I'm involved in transferring these technologies in the area of, let's say, economic industrialization of what people call least development countries, because I'm pretty sure that industrialization is one of the key aspects for not only economic growth, but also for the overall wealth of the people. And we know that Industry 4.0 is one of the key drivers, as we said, for economic growth. And when it comes to let's say, productivity, efficiency, we can have huge advantage. So the people are already introduced, especially this session, we will discuss how Industry 4.0 can drive productivity, efficiency. And what's very interesting from the previous speaker, I think was Mr. Abdallah, who gave us interesting insights regarding productivity and financial and let's say I think it was the topic that productivity is low as it should be. I didn't know that. Compared also for regarding when it's come to investment, the more we have public investment, low the productivity is. Very strange, but very interesting aspect. And that's why this session will focus how we can enhance productivity and efficiency, especially in sectors, tourism and energy. And I hope that our speaker will give us great insights and also actionable, let's say, actions, how to do that. So I will ask Isabel to come and then to give an introduction talk. To the topic. Can we switch? You have been already introduced. I will not make it again.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Hi, everybody. Very pleased to be here. And I'm very impressed by the quality of the audience. So thank you so much to have invited me. I come from south of France. So, you know, France is in Europe. Europe is a small place for tech compared to China or US, but we are still in the competition. And in France, we are good in tourism. We are good in hospitality, particularly. But also we believe we are a tech country, and we say we are engineer country. So we try to improve our traditional economy with tech. And in south of France, we have a huge ecosystem about that. So my topic today is industry and AI. I'm better in AI than in industry. So maybe you have to lower the microphone because it's a bit too low, but too. So the first point about artificial intelligence is not miss the AI revolution, because the AI revolution is not exactly, it's not at all the same as the digital revolution, and not at all. And I strongly believe that it's not the same. You could have the illusion of continuity. You could have the illusion of the continuity because companies focus on amplifying automatization. It's a main topic at the moment in every company. They are talking about more productivity, automatic increasing complex tasks, generating creative content, making strategic decisions. It's all about productivity. And these appearances could mislead the companies. The ingredients mostly are the same as in digitalization. You have data, you have IT infrastructure, you have automated system, and the mindset of the workers and the organization are still in the digitalization era. The internal technical skills are strong beliefs. That what we call the formation, the IT people in companies, they believe in the old technology and not on the new one, because the new one has still to be improved, because we are at the very beginning of a new revolution. And business expertise just understood the digitalization. We talked about platform, and we just understood how to make platform. So it's complicated to say to the people, you just understood something, you have to move on. It's the end of the platform. And the strategic vision is trapped in the same place. People, because of that, people have a limited expectation on AI. They only think about elimination of repetitive tasks, acceleration of decision-making process, resources optimization. Everybody is talking about resources optimization, and not thinking about what is AI revolution. And there is a huge platform resistance. And this platform resistance, you just were in the introductive talk. We talk about Airbnb, we talk about Uber, but so we talk about the network effect of the platform, the fact to connect two-sided markets, the facilitation that is doing through platform, and we talk about data optimization. But AI is not platform, it's very different. And because it's very different, we have to adapt our business to the user new expectation. And in the user's new expectation, we have companions. It's all about AI assistants. Everybody will live with someone at his side, and this someone at his side would be an AI. And this AI will redirect user traffic. So for platform, dominating the market, be complicated. If your companion, your AI companion say, don't go to this platform, go there, it's better price, it's better experience, it's better to live. And because of that, you will have a huge, when you are from platform, you will have a huge competition for those new AI startups. So the risk of the opportunities is that disappointment, sorry for my English today is very bad. So the first thing is disappointment. It's under-utilizing AI potential. It's losing talent because you are going to optimization, so you will fire people, and you will lose knowledge into the company, and because of that you will lose the competition. It's make limited industrial change. So it's not to diversify, it's to create new industry. It's not develop a knowledge-based economy. And the worst, and Europe is the worst, it's to be colonized by foreign tech and businesses. And France is a very small country, but we are very proud to have international company, and we want to save our models from the foreign countries. So why it is different? Why is AI is different from digitalization? First, it's because AI is a machine learning machine. And it's very important to understand that, because if you don't understand that, you will face your AI companion on the first day, and the first day you say, it's dumb. It's a dumb machine. It doesn't understand what I say. It doesn't understand what I want. It doesn't believe in me. It doesn't, to perform tasks, it needs to be trained. And you know it works only if you train it. So when you develop AI, you need use case. And use case first is very important. In the past, to do the digitalization, you needed data. Now you need use case. And more you train your AI, better it is. So AI is based on use case. And use case is all about what information is needed, problem has to be solved, what action has to be taken, what will happen, which assistant do you need? It's all about question. And the better engineer AI is a guy who asks the right question. And the question is the fundamental thing about AI. The second part with AI is its rapid and adaptive evolution. From 2012 to now, we are deep learning and transformer. So the old AI has disappeared completely, but completely. Who is still doing expert system? No one. Now everything is about deep learning, and everything ChatGPT is about transformer. And some people think that the next step will be objective-driven AI. So an AI who understands what it's doing. Because at the moment, the AI does not understand. The AI only observes patterns, and because they know the patterns, they give you the right answer. But they do not understand what you are saying to the AI. It's an adaptive evolution. New capabilities emerging in weeks, not in years more. It's in weeks. So last week we have huge announcement. Next week we will have new announcement. In GTEx, sure, there is some people announcing breakthrough innovation. It improves accuracy in response over time. It's better understanding of context and nuance. It enhances problem-solving abilities and more natural and sophisticated interaction. AI model evolve faster than traditional software. And you have to understand that, because when you train your worker, you have to understand you train one day after, it will be completely different. So you have to train them to ask questions. You have to train them to work with, but you can train them for once and say, okay, that's done. That means also AI means new paradigms. We are going from matchmaking aggregation platform to assistance, from information to action. We need information, we need action. We don't have time to lose to just get information. We need action. We come from standardization to personalization, from version to static product. And non-static product is very important point. There is no finished product with AI. And we go from great to permanent evolutive performance. So those new paradigms will change the way the revolution will take place. We enter in the era of personal assistance. And modern productivity is a new step in disintermediation. There is no more wall between your data, your partner, and your workers. It's direct connection with information, service, goods. It's automatic decision-making. It's immediate responses. And more than that, is the empowerment of individual. It's from service to help. You should remember that it will change our vision, your vision of the introduction of AI in organization. I've just read before to come today that the Boston Consulting Group said it's like an exoskeleton for worker. It's not that give you it new information. It just enhance the capacities. So it's very important to understand that. AI is working 24 hours on 7 days. It's personal. It's all about personal organization. It's personal tool. AI will become a personal tool. All the workers in industry will have their own AI to work with their colleague. So it will be very important. So platform will become much you have put it in platform. It's just to train your AI now. It's unbelievable to say that. And you have to let your imagination work. And it's very important to let your imagination work. If you want to change your companies, you have to think from the prompt to the output. Now you process. And it's a very new way to think process. And I was inspired by McKinsey in their article, Why Agents Are the Next Frontier of Generative AI. And inspired by that, imagine your worker providing instruction in natural languages with, to someone else, to another AI, and the system will ask, the AI assistant will ask for additional clarification when it's required. And it's not like a computer error, it's not anymore like that. The system will ask for new information. And the AI agent will plan, allocate, and execute work into the workflow because it's connected to the workflow. Breaking it down into tasks and sub-tasks, which manage a sub-agent as into other specialists as sub-agents. So you imagine an army of AI and system working with an army of workers doing through the assistant's work. And the system will iteratively improve output, and agent will execute the action. So it's really a new world, and you have to imagine this new world. And you take a task, you take a job you are doing, and you try to imagine how it will be with the new assistant. So how to embrace the new revolution? It's like usual. You have to transform your organization. You need a new organization. So, and the most important point in this new organization is to share the work between humans and AI assistants. That's more important. And where is going your responsibility? Is the human has still to be in charge, and that's very important. But how it will do it? How it will contest the decision of the machine? That will be very important. And more of that, you have to establish trust in the system, and that's what government are doing, is giving trust to everybody to use the technology. And in this trust, transparency is a key word for sure. And you need new toolbox. Your old plans are not working anymore. You need new strategy, new roadmap, guidelines, ethical AI charter, governance framework, evaluation criteria. We are talking about use case. So you need to know if the use case is working through the system. And you also have a high risk management protocol to establish. So you need new organization, you need new toolbox to embrace this new revolution. And after that, and with that, you could explore new territories. And new territories is all about pattern. The machine will know you through pattern. So could you imagine where pattern could be found? And it's a generalization of prediction. What is next? Not long-term next, but very, very short next. It's accessibility to unreachable areas underwater. In the film industry, for example, they need to film underwater, and to film underwater, it's very complicated. With AI, it's simple. It's the space. We don't know the space. So AI could imagine the space. It could help in a natural disaster. You can go to a place very dangerous, like after a nuclear plant explode, you can go and see something because you have computer vision, and with AI, you can get information. And it's also to visualize the unseen, the fact to exploring past. I know a photographer from Venezuela. And in Venezuela, they are all from the 18th, 19th century. They have only photos taken by Western people. And they wanted to have the photo from the local point of view. So they work with AI to make old photo with a Venezuelan point of view. It's a funny thing to think. It's a way to renew photo. It's not a competition for the photographer. It's a new way to work. It's a way to explore the future. It's a way to explore the virtual. Virtual, well, it's fun. I suppose that everybody has already played with their games. It's fun. but the experience is not so good. With AI system, with AI, it will be better. And that's the only condition to be better. But to do that, you need a strong ecosystem. And this ecosystem is different from the past. It has to be on knowledge sharing and open source. AI algorithms, most of them are open sources. And that's very important because it's very complicated. It's very hard to train. So if you don't share, it will never work. So you need to resource pooling. And for the, I know there is someone from the German automobile industry. And in Germany, the main car industry shares the data to design algorithms for the industry. You need talent development, and the competition is worldwide. So let know that in French we also have good engineers. So if you need it, you can maybe hire them. You need a startup garage to ask startup offering AI solution tailored to your specific needs. When you have a business, open a garage for startups and let them come with their solution and train on your problem. And it's a fact to acculturate everyone to AI. Everybody has to become very familiar with AI. Even in school, if in this management school, they learn with AI, they learn with ChatGPT, it's not a problem. They have to learn to use it better to become better and to give better results to the exams. And my last point, and I will finish because I already overpassed my time, is don't minimize the obstacles. Ethics and law are not stable at the moment. They are still changing. It's normal because it's an evolving, it's a new technology. So we don't really know the impact yet. But because it's not stable, it's not easy to start new business, because you don't know if it would be legal or not. Confidentiality and privacy are still an issue, especially in Europe. Privacy is very important in Europe. And could you imagine next to you a machine that know you more than anyone? It means that you share your personal data with this machine. So it would be a problem for some people to share that data. And there's a question we didn't have for yet, but it's developing, is the ownership of tools trained by humans. So when you have human who train a tool, it's supposed to have IP on it. And it would be the case or not, because the tool will be given by the company. So it's a question. You could also have technological dependence and industrial espionage. And most of it, for the moment, we still have to deal with hallucination. You know, the fact that GPT believes that people have eggs, so that's a problem for sure. So you have to find a way to gain control over improving technology. And that's not easy because you never know when it will become better than you. It's maybe not a danger for humanity, like some people say, but it's still a problem for you. If it's become more powerful than you, if you decide, even if you don't want it to decide, it will become a problem. So you have to maintain it on control. And thank you. Sorry, I was a bit long. Thank you. If you want to visit us, we are on the Côte d'Azur, south of France, and we have an association of 80 AI companies who are developing a money solution. So if you are interested, we stay in contact and come to visit.
Thank you, Isabel, for these great insights. I don't want to repeat all the presentation, but thank you very much. Great insights, as I said. For me, some insights. As you said, yeah, we have to make sure that there is a risk of continuity just to do things like we are doing, because it's about creating new values, explore new territories. Very, very important. You said that AI, I hope I remember well, is still today a learning machine that needs use cases and data. And it's a very interesting, while we are in the position of master generative AI, introducing generative AI in the industry. For example, I remember in the sector I'm operating, we are now trying to replace all the dashboard we are creating by programming, let's say, complex dashboards to map KPIs and so on. Now we are in the position, we are trying to put all data in a kind of data lake and use generative AI just to ask question, give me that KPI, give me the OEE, give me that number, and the computer is going, looking at all the data and different aspects of planning and then generating a dashboard. It's very interesting area now to see how the world is going. Very, very interesting. We are still on the way. And then you said, okay, while we are mastering generative AI, the next step is already at the door, is objective-driven AI, which is another step that we need agent technology and so on. Very interesting how technology is pushing us to the limit. And this is the question of also we are going to explore in this session, especially in the area of energy and tourism. So we have what is it? Experts, technical expert. Okay, I will try myself to change. It's okay. Yeah. Adel, nobody asks you to say something. So let me share it. Yeah. So yeah. So let me first skip the presentation. Yes. That one. Good. And if I share it like that, are we going to see again? Okay. So for that, we have, after Isabel, we have Lanois. I think the first moderator, she already present all of you. As we don't have enough time, we have Lanois yes with us. We have Sarah online. Sarah, are you there? Yes,
hello.
she said yes.
Yes.
Isabel
Hi.
Southern is all with us, and Nizar. So I will start with Lanois. Lanois, maybe after, again, a short introduction of yourself. And then if you can tell us briefly and discuss the digitalization and the use of technologies in the energy sector as key driver in the GCC.
Okay, it's okay now. Okay, thank you, Dr. Sama. Good morning, everyone. I would like, before starting answering your question, I would like to thank the ARF for organizing this event and for giving us this opportunity to discuss with to meet with the policymakers and the academicians to discuss relevant questions related to how digitization and emerging technologies can transform the energy sectors, improve competitivity, and also enhance economic diversification. Now, regarding your question on how or on the use of digital and frontier technologies on the energy sector, if you look during the last 20 years, there are several initiatives, and the GCC countries have heavily invested on digital and frontier technology like AI, blockchain, digital twins, IoT, and many other technologies. And the objective, it was mainly to either to improve energy efficiency through reducing and minimizing energy waste, or improving energy conservation, for example, using smart energy management or energy resources, and also to support energy optimization or and facilitate transition toward renewable energy use and green or clean energy. So overall, there are in reality a lot of tools or digital technologies that have been implemented during the last few years. But what I think is that we can group them into three categories. The first category, it includes technologies that are well established and that are widely used actually in the GCC countries. And it includes mainly, for example, smart meters, smart grids, predictive analytics, maintenance, or AI and analytics, among many other technologies. For example, for smart meters, you know that these devices are mainly used to monitor energy consumption in real time, and the objective here is to minimize or to make it easier for consumers to reduce their energy consumption, and also to lower their energy bills. And in the GCC countries, there are many initiatives, and most of countries, all the GCC countries, have implemented several initiatives in this related to smart meters. As an example, the SEC, the Saudi electrical company, they have installed more than 10 million smart meters during, so this was in 2021, 2022, so I think the number is much higher. Here in Dubai also, they have announced and installed more than 2.1 smart meters. In Qatar, more than 600,000 smart meters are installed. This is one of the technologies. Another technology, which is smart grids, and also smart grids, they are well established now in the GCC country, and they are also widely used. And the idea is to improve energy efficiency through management of the energy distribution, which will reduce the transmission losses in energy, and also it will help to match both the demand and the supply side in terms of energy. Also here, there are some initiatives. I will cite that of Kahrama, which is about smart grid and metering initiative, which aims to support remote energy monitoring and efficient grid management. And this by integrating both smart meters and also 5G technology. There are other tools or other technologies that are used, and they are also well established now. For example, predictive maintenance. Predictive maintenance in most the GCC countries, they use sensors, digital twins, robotics, drones, and the objective is to support or to monitor and maintain energy infrastructure before down. And this, it will help also to improve energy efficiency. And as examples, I can cite those of the petroleum development in Oman, which has integrated predictive maintenance and digital twins to monitor and to enhance energy efficiency at the operation level in terms of energy production. And also the Kuwait oil company, they have also used the drones and robotics for the same objective. So this is the first category where it is well established. The second category, it's in early stage, and it is gaining interest, which include, for example, blockchain technology. What I think personally, I think it's really, it will change the way we will consume, and even we will invest in energy and we will trade in energy. For example, for the blockchain technology, here in Dubai, there are some initiatives, Smart Dubai initiative, where blockchain technology is being explored as peer-to-peer energy trading between solar rooftop owners. And the idea here is to the consumer, it will be in the same time producer and consumer. So he will produce energy through solar, and then he can trade through blockchain. And I think it's a good thing. Why? Because we will be able to match the demand and the supply in the same time through blockchain, and we can trade energy. Other examples include the use of AI and big data and analytics, and this is also very interesting, and it's growing now, where these tools can help to predict future electricity or energy consumption, because most of IoT and sensors, we can collect a lot of data from these sensors, and then we can use AI or big data, machine learning, deep learning. All these tools can help to predict and to determine and to identify area where there is waste of energy, and we can these tools can help to improve energy efficiency and energy conservation. There are many other initiatives in Bahrain. IoT devices are integrated into building smart cities, smart homes, etc. There are many examples, but just to conclude, I think that what is needed at this stage, and I think a platform that is based on blockchain, where it is powered by all the other tools in terms of smart grid, smart meters, all AI tools can help at least at the national level to improve and to fully benefit from the recent development of these tools, and it will enable governments to reduce and match energy consumption, energy demand, and energy supply. This is the overall. There are many other initiatives, but these are the most important.
Yeah, thank you, Lanois. Thank you very much. And regarding the topic of governance, as you said, government, I will read the question to Nizar. If you can explain us if the public governance sector is incorporating technologies and Industry 4.0 principles. Can you tell us about?
Yeah, thank you so much. Let me first thank ERA for the invitation, and Mohammed bin Rashid Government School for hosting this event. I think we need more than one workshop to cover all the aspects of artificial intelligence and Industry 4.0. Now, the short answer for your question is yes, there is an expansion of integrating and adopting of Industry 4.0 components in the public management and the public administration. And I can give, a few examples of how Industry 4.0 is integrating. For example, the digital tools in terms of logistics sector, the inbound shipment screenings, in the transport sector, the digital travel services also, the health sector, medical consultation platforms. We saw that in the pandemic, the COVID crisis. Also the real-time data analytics, the issue of food security and how we determine the gap between supply and demand in terms of products, etc. And actually the but here is very important, and I'll build my remarks on the notes advanced by Dr. Abdullah Dardari. I found it very insightful. I mean, the picture, the global picture seems to be optimistic, but there is problems, right? And I think here I can identify two elements. The first one is, in terms of strategy, there is clear objectives, right, regarding the strategy, but we lack actually the policy and the tools to implement the policy and to achieve the objectives. So this is one element. The second element I can identify, I think we need to adopt new public values. When we saw the presentation, we are talking about flexibility, sharing, accessibility. I can give you one example. Yesterday, I missed my plane because the title of a job mentioned in the visa is different from the title in my ID card. And actually, this is one clear example how flexibility, right, could be a barrier against, increasing productivity, etc. Now, the second element also, we have, let's say, variable geometry. We have sectors that are more advanced than other sectors. I can here identify the transport sector, the health sector, the logistics sector. These sectors are more advanced than the other sector, and it is, I think, important to understand why. And this is maybe why we look at with optimistically that we have a lot of potential. And for the reasons here, there is transversal reasons and specific reasons. The transversal reasons, I think the GCC, they invested a lot in the digital infrastructure. Now it's been many years investing in, very good, we have very good infrastructure we can build on. And also for these sectors, the data are standardized. When we look at the logistics, the data is standardized. When we look at the transport also, the data is standardized. The health sector, we know how to collect the data, how to manage the data. The quality of data also is important. And that's why actually we are more advanced in these sectors than the other sectors. Now let me finish with some, let's say, AI tensions. AI tensions, meaning that it's not a barrier, but actually we need to take care of these tensions. The issue of automation and augmentation, meaning that we need to balance between efficiency, and augmentation. We augment actually the effort of the humans. So AI is not gonna to replace the humans, at least for the near future. And actually, it's very important actually to protect citizens. So whether we need to fire people from jobs or we want to augment their effort and their productivity. That's one. The second one is the issue of nudging and autonomy. I think there is citizens have the right also to reject being governed by AI, and also we need to think about this from public perspective. The data accessibility and privacy. Also, this is also another tension that AI creates inside our society. Also, we need to find a solution. Also, the issue of prediction, because taking decision based on data, big data, also will create problems about representativity, whether this is bias, not bias, etc. So this is also very important. We need to take a look at it. Yeah, I'll end my notes here. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Nizar, for these insights. Now I will move to you, Salsen. As you are expert in RTC, can you tell us how is the RTC sector addressing Industry 4.0 in its agenda, particularly in this region?
Thank you very much. First of all, I would like to thank ERF, Dr. Badawi, and ERF teams for this kind invitation. My colleague and friend Adil Yusuf as well for this nice gathering. I'm very happy to be with you today with my friends, colleagues, and to contribute to this very important and timely topic. I think we all agree that the ITC sector plays a critical role in facilitating the transition to Industry 4.0. And this transformation is centered around the integration of digital technologies into manufacturing process, service deliveries like transport, health, education, and trade, of course, leading to increased efficiency, productivity, and innovation. In the GCC region, various governments are actively promoting digital transformation initiatives to diversify their economy. I will focus here on some examples from the UAE, from Bahrain, and from the Saudi Arabia. It has been discussed, and we know that the UAE is leading on this area and has launched its Digital Government Strategy 2025, which aims to enhance digital infrastructure and promote innovation across many sectors. The Emirates Operation 300 billion is one of the main ambitious government plans in the region, which aim to boost manufacturing in the MENA region, to enhance productivity and to create thousands of high-skilled jobs. The Emirati government hopes to increase the industrial sector's contribution to GDP from $36 billion to $82 billion by 2031 by promoting Industry 4.0 technologies and establishing the country as a hub for future industries. Similarly, in Saudi Arabia, the Vision 2030 aims to diversify the economy through technological advancement and has a strong focus on smart city. And Anwar, you have mentioned the smart city and other digital solutions. The Saudi Arabia's advanced manufacturing hub strategy has identified more than 800 investment opportunities totaling $273 billion, all of which are aimed at diversifying the industrial sector. By 2035, Saudi Arabia aims to increase the number of factories from around 10,000 currently to 36,000, including 4,000 of which will be fully automated. In Bahrain as well, the government economic recovery plan and industrial sector strategy aims as well to achieve a $6.6 billion GDP contribution from the industrial sector by 2026. The strategy focuses on embracing Industry 4.0 capabilities, investing in circular economy, encouraging digital and technological product investment, and strengthening the industrial infrastructure and local value chain. And I will talk about local value chain and the importance of Industry 4.0 enhancing and optimizing. So all this transformation will not only boost efficiency and productivity, it will also have the power to drive the region's economic diversification efforts and make the region a competitive player in not only energy, but in manufacturing, trade, and creating new jobs, opportunities, and reshaping the region's economic landscape. Now, I will maybe mention key aspects of how the IT sector is addressing Industry 4.0 in the region. Anwar has mentioned the investment in smart infrastructure, and the region is investing heavily in this area in smart technology, such as Internet of Things, cloud computing, and others to create more efficient urban environment. Smart city projects like NEOM in Saudi Arabia that integrates technologies and that enhance urban management and citizen services. We can cite as well the Zayed Smart City project in the Emirates and other smart transportation projects as well. Secondly, it's very, very important here to talk about the public and private partnership, which is very important. And the collaboration between them is really crucial. And this is common across the region. I can cite the example in Saudi Arabia, the Raqtan Group, who work with MODON, the government's industrial property authority, to introduce solutions using robotic process, automation, AI, and the cloud computing and software. This reduces design time and errors on its production line and double production output. Another example in Bahrain, for example, BFG International has worked with the Bahrain Economic Development Board and Bahrain's labor fund, Tamkeen, the regional first of its kind Industry 4.0 project. This project has been funded by Tamkeen and is developing the real-time digital twin of operations in factories and integrated and interpreted the data within a single AI-driven real-time software optimization platform, offering complete transparency in performance and real-time roadmap to improvement. Again, I will talk here about a third very important topic, which is education and workforce development, which is crucial. And addressing the skill gaps is essential for Industry 4.0 implementation. The ITC sector is today working with educational institutions, universities to develop programs that equip the workforce with the necessary skills in data analysis, machine learning, and programming. And Isabel, I think you mentioned this in your presentation. Governments in the region are aware of this, are helping manufacturers upskill their future workforce. I can give you the example of the University of Bahrain that offers a specialized master's program in artificial intelligence system, as well in the Emirates, the Industry and University and 4.0 Industry District Host Lab that teach students about Industry 4.0, provide training, research opportunities, and application and more to their students and to the workforce. As well in Bahrain of the BFG project, the focus was not on automation factory process, but on providing training to local talent to equip them for the future. Tamkeen provided a grant for hiring and training more than 30 Bahraini engineers over the 5-year program. So there is a lot of investment in research, in education, and in trainings. But we cannot achieve success without putting in place the right regulatory framework. So to encourage the adoption of Industry 4.0, the region is developing regulatory frameworks that facilitate digital innovation while ensuring the data privacy and security, which is very important. This includes law governing data protection, cybersecurity, and intellectual property rights, which are essential for building trust and digital technologies. Look at the first constraint to the e-commerce in the region is the trust. So it's important to protect consumers and buyers as well. Last but not least is the focus on innovation and R&D, because the ITC sector is promoting research and development to create homegrown technologies that cater the regional needs. Incubators and accelerators are being established to support startups and encourage innovation, with funding often provided by government entities and private investors. So in conclusion, I can say that the ITC sector in the GCC country is actively addressing the Industry 4.0 through the strategies, initiatives, support, PPP initiatives, regulatory framework. So a lot of things has been done, but I will discuss in the first maybe part of my discussion the impact on trade and how this will leverage and enhance the trade among the region. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. And then I will reach out to Sarah. Sarah, can you hear us?
Yes, hello. Okay,
Okay,
can you hear
hello.
me?
Yeah, very good, very good.
Okay,
Sarah,
perfect.
when it comes to environmental sustainability, what role can Industry 4.0 technology play in promoting this sector within the GCC?
Okay, thank you very much for your question. First of all, I would like to thank the organizers for the invite. I'm delighted to be here on this topical topic in the conference or in the seminar. And going back to your question, yes, indeed, Industry 4.0 technologies can play a crucial role in addressing sustainability concerns within the GCC, but more generally. And this could help manifest the progress towards a just and clean transition. I think many of these issues in one way or sectors has been covered nicely by other panelists, so I'll try not to repeat too much, but I will just pinpoint on what I think some sustainability aspects can be clear. Think about better management of supply chain, potentially I say, better mode of clean transports system. Secondly, a smart and green integration of manufacturing processes. Thirdly, other aspects to consider is adopting circularity, and more specifically a circular economic framework where you adopt the recycling aspect, reuse, and expand, enhancing the lifespan of products. And also thinking about energy. So energy sector, obviously by and large, all GCC economies are in one way or another fossil fuel dependent and fossil fuels based economies. So we've seen many of those integrations within technology tools to enhance efficiency standard, but also integration of a smart grid integration, and also a deployment of renewables. So on the one hand, improving efficiency, which should in theory reduce emissions and better sustainability aspects, but also a deployment and acceleration in deployment of renewables. This could be looked at the macro level, but also deployment of smart meter usage. So it's not only about having these reading and smart metering adoptions, but also about actually monitoring those readings and sharing data when available, and potentially using it for research to better progress carbon emissions and carbon footprint at different sectoral level. So there's a huge potential there. Last but not least, I would think about research and policy evidence base. So there is a lot of initiatives now about improving accessibility of data, and this could help us, and in fact started helping already in better understanding of climate change scenarios, as well as energy and environmental models. So research and development, but as well as policy evidence tool, have a huge potential in this domain. In terms of, let's say, applications that we've seen in the GCC economies, overall, we could argue that in theory, all the policy frameworks in one way or another have witnessed some of these policies in place. Think about, for example, the 2030 vision in Saudi Arabia and other visions within the Gulf. Overall, we see, though, these initiatives more at the industry level to tackle sustainability rather than at the individual level or at the household level, but it's normal that this progress happens gradually. Initiatives include, obviously, as mentioned earlier, building of smart cities, and this overlaps nicely with other sectors, obviously tourism at the hub, at the heart of expansion, enhancing as well the experience of tourists or consumers. And as you do expect, the oil and gas sector, as mentioned earlier, that has good progress in this domain within the GCC economies. Last but not least, we did mention, yes, that these technologies can have a magic, let's say, a role in reducing emissions, but it's not really, maybe magic, but not a magic one to replace well-known methods, because there remains some degrees of uncertainties, and many of these actually technologies might be improving efficiency, but they are also emission intensive by large. So some spillover effects are expected. So better monitoring of those spillover effects is needed. Thank you. I think I exceeded my time, but I'm happy to move forward with other points if needed.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much, Sarah. Before we jump to the next round, and as we are very stressed now with the time, I will send over some questions to the audience. Is there any question to the panelists or different, let's say, general question? Yeah, Raymond? Industrial AI. Yeah. Wait, I'm coming over there.
The biggest problem we measure in the world is that in sustainability, which is lagging behind, the biggest problem was that the policymakers did not do any future-proof policies for sustainability. If we look to AI and we look to governance and risk mitigation, which are the fields policymakers should focus on? This is to the audience, because these are the specialists.
Yeah, we would like to, yes.
I just want to say that there is a big disconnect from the local level and the national level when it comes to Industry 4.0, because there is a lot of national strategies around Industry 4.0. When it comes to the local level, like municipalities or cities, there needs to be really more capacity building and maybe another framework for public-private partnership so they can implement these very, very ambitious national strategies, especially if we reflect on the advanced sectors that have achieved a real adoption of AI. This is because they have somehow some good founded foundations of PPP that enable these cities to actually take this forward. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Raymond, let's go to that direction. You have another aspect. Yeah. Yeah, let me, yeah.
Yeah, I think I do have maybe a question more than a comment. I think you alluded, is it Isabel? Isabel alluded to the issues of basically AI is going to be intensified in the near future, but the ethical part, this is the word I was looking for, and the growth of misuse is going to be very, very sensitive, especially in our part of the world. Having been an academician yourself, you know that a lot of professors are really suffering from using, I call it cheat rather than chat, because this is the phenomenon that is going on right now. I know now that a lot of professors like ourselves are trying to use chat GPT in the learning process. So you help the student to use the tool to benefit himself. If there are any studies, because this is a hot topic right now, in our part of the world, we are penalizing people who are using ChatGPT and other advanced technology economy. They are actually encouraging the student to use ChatGPT. Is there any study about this dichotomy? In addition to the ethics part, we are talking about this new phenomenon, whether it is 3D printing, whether it is gene sequencing. All of this has more use than proper use. So in terms of research, are we reaching any way close to having consensus? And this is globally rather than locally on this phenomenon. And the more you use it, the more you find ways to combat it. We're talking about digital transformation and fintech. Right now, it's being used in both sides. People who are using digital transformation to manipulate the system, growing faster than the people who are using digital transformation to basically support the system. So I just wanted your pick your brain on these issues.
Thank you very much. Any comments from the panelists based on these three thoughts? Please, and then I will go for.
Just want to make some small comments. Yeah, for Professor, ChatGPT is it's a huge challenge, and we all start to change the way we evaluate the student. And for myself, I evaluate now the prompt they are doing, the results that are from the ChatGPT. If they see mistakes, or they correct it, and more than the result, because if I evaluate only the writing they are doing, they will use ChatGPT, I know it. For the misuse of AI, I was very interested what you said about nudging. Nudging is more vicious. It's very more vicious than the misuse. Misuse is easy for law to forbid. If you use it to break a system, okay, it's forbidden. If you use it to keep people, it's forbidden. But to make them different, what is a good behavior, what is a bad behavior, that's a very, very ethical problem. And I don't think we have an international consensus on that, because we have different behavior in the world, and there's very intimate behavior of people. So it will be an issue, and AI operating in Arabian country will be for behavior very different for Western countries, for example. And how we will handle that? Because we will travel with our AI companion. So it will be an issue, I think.
Thank you very much. Let's go, Sarah, 2 more aspects.
So I would like to thank the panelists for very insightful presentations and for pointing out a vast area of use cases that Isabella has asked for in her presentation. So that was really insightful for somebody who's a little bit an economist, but not such an AI specialist, although I've done a lot of mathematics of neural networks over the last 25 years. Now, when Isabella, you were talking about how we should think of AI as pattern recognition, right? I think it squared very well with the cheat GPT that you brought in, right? Because a lot of it for me sounds like, okay, we are making it easier and faster to evaluate certain situations. It's just like a pocket calculator helps us do some arithmetics faster. GPT may help us recognize patterns faster and translate it better into language. But taking from that, your suggestion that maybe the AI revolution would be the personal assistant that suggests action, here is where I'm curious and I would like to get back to the economic growth topic of our session, which is if actions by a whole bunch of decision makers and individuals are guided by AI that is basically just trained on past observations, what happens to innovation?
Open question, or you have also answer? I think maybe Adel has an answer of some of the questions.
Yeah. Thank you, Sama. Thank you for the panelists for the insights. And I would like just to remind the question about how this Industry 4.0 technology can help the GCC to make the diversification, to not lose the focus on it, and to answer really this question. That means that what are the new sectors? What are the new niches? How we can use them? I think that perhaps my friend Lanwar for the tourism sector can give some insight. And the second is also to the question by Abdallah Dari this morning about the productivity. So if you have any comment on this, how to resolve the productivity paradox, the fact that we are using intensively these technologies and we are not seeing a raise in the productivity. So keep the focus on growth. As a rapporteur at the end of the day, I need some answer to these questions. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Adel. Just remember, there are also open questions from the audience. I like you to remember these questions and to give answers. I will hand over to you, Mr.
Maybe we should move manufacturing business. Which sector shutting down is confusion between what is income and what is asset. And what we do, we say oil is an asset. Since it is an asset, then it produces income. Here we are assuming that it is not. It is something like any production. And this has consequences, very serious consequences. The growth, the modified, and the external, etc. So I think it's really
Thank you very much for your contribution. So is there any comments on the open question from the room and also from the rapporteur?
Thank you so much.
Speed up to by commenting, also concluding.
Yeah, all are very interesting questions. I do have my own questions also. But let me start from very good questions about the policies. Because I think we need to understand that AI, Industry 4.0, is not changing only our life, but also the way we make decisions, the way we manage, and this is very important. For example, the public management systems, the financial public management systems that give us the tool, the objective of the fiscal policy, in addition to the sectorial policies, whether we focus on risk mitigation or efficiency, or this is very important, and that's why we need to think again about the values of the policies. I mean, what's the objective of the fiscal policy? Is it flexibility? Is it efficiency? Is it, and what are the tools and the programs put in place to achieve these goals? I think the Arab Fund could help in, for example, establishing new methods and new thinking about the financial public management, the new indicators to follow up, to monitor, to achieve goals of the fiscal policy, etc. So this is very important. The question also about innovation or imitation, because also this is very important. We need to acknowledge we are imitating, we are just, absorbing what is existing. How we move to innovate, and innovations needs to think about our education system, whether we need to spend in primary, secondary, or tertiary. How about inequality? Whether we need to focus on minority or to be, more equal, toward more equal strategy. So this is also questions regarding the government and the decisions. Also, the question on the diversification is very important. I think it's important for GCC countries because there is an equation for them. Diversification is to build the strategy based on comparative advantage. And actually, for the GCC countries, if they will focus on sectors with small value added, this will be translated with low salary. They will affect their attractiveness as to attract skilled labor here, right? So actually, I think it's a must for GCC countries to focus on AI and high value added sectors. So this is, I think, important to understand. The issue also of productivity, and I think my answer to the productivity problem, I think we need to think about new policies, embrace new values, public values, to end up with high productivity. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
thank you.
awesome.
Maybe yes, maybe to discuss the link with the green economy and circular economy, and based on my experience with my an initiative that has been launched by the International Trade Center on twin transition, and this initiative aims to support SMEs to use new technologies and Industry 4.0 to support SMEs to succeed their transition to green economy. And to produce eco-friendly products. And I think the Internet of Things, virtual reality, and blockchains will help in this, will help SMEs. Also, we are working on another initiative on virtual reality, on VR, and we help SMEs. We provide them with immersive experience to attend fairs, matchmaking events, even without not being there in the event, but they, with the headset, they can show their product, they can act like they are present in the room. And this is very important, especially for countries from the MENA region. And maybe this is very relevant for the GCC countries, but this helps SMEs to be present, to facilitate the market linkage, even if not having the the possibility and the opportunities. And maybe for the GCC countries, another issues, or not maybe another opportunity with the VR is related to the tourism sector, because we are working on initiatives that we can present, for example, the Museum of the Future, and we can present other the museums and other cultural heritage through the virtual reality in Europe, and this will enhance tourists to come and to discover. So, by this we also support SMEs working in this industry to attract tourists. So maybe few ideas, but I will talk maybe about the link with, if we still have time, with trade and industry 4.0. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Anna?
Okay, thank you. Just one comment, which is about economic diversification and the tourism sector. Yes, the tourism sector is one of the targets of the GCC country, and all the countries are targeting this sector to diversify their economy. Digitalization or digital technologies and frontier technology are also widely used in all the stage of the tourist journey, starting from when he start to search for new destination, when they arrive, and till the last stage when they departure stage, let's say. And for me, there are many opportunities still, because now what they are using, for example, digital marketing, chatbots, virtual reality, but still there are other opportunities. For example, I have hyper-personalized travel packages, the use of predictive AI-driven predictive analytics to target consumer. There are many things, but the issue that I will talk about, it's that all the GCC countries, they have the same, they deliver the same product. So the challenge for all the countries is to be different. And then when they attract the tourists, or they can, because of they are very close, and this it can be a spillover. When he come, for example, to UAE, he can visit Qatar, Saudi Arabia, and this it will not take a lot of time. So they should diversify. For sure, tourism sector, it will help to diversify the economy, but we need to diversify the product, and this it will help to, I think, to solve and to improve economic diversification. Another thing, it's about capacity building, education capacity building, very important. And I think here in the GCC, they spend a lot, or they invest a lot in this. And I think in the future, it can have an impact in terms of how AI, or are focusing more on AI. There are many other technologies, and I believe more on blockchain, because it can incorporate all the other technologies, and because it is decentralized, we have trust, transparency, and there are many advantages of blockchain technology. Fintech, it's one of the sectors that is now really growing fast in all the GCC countries. In Qatar, UAE, they are very advanced. Oman, and I return back to the ethical issue of AI, and I will make like a link with cryptocurrencies, because now it's not accepted in many countries. But this, if we look to for example, in the US, they allow cryptocurrency, and then if there is anything or ethical or they start to regulate. What happens in the rest of the world is that they regulate and then they start to allow. So there are two different perspectives to see approaches to solve, and each it has its proper advantage and disadvantage.
Okay. Before coming to you, Sarah, Isabel, I would like to hand over the mic to Sarah. Sarah, do you have some closing comments based on what has been said in the room?
Thank you. I will make this brief just because of the time constraint. So I think two aspects to consider. I would like to stress again that technology or these technologies may not on their own replace existing methods to reduce emissions and achieve sustainability, at least at the sustainability front and environmental front. Rather, they could add as complements in the medium term to existing knowledge. And on the other hand is the fact that they remain costly and some consumers or communities may be left behind. So it's really important to put some policies in place to promote social cohesion and improve access for disadvantaged groups. And thank you once again.
Yeah, thank you, Sarah. So 1 minute.
Yeah, just very short information. As GCC countries, you are really lucky. You are lucky because you don't have a huge competitor on your market. You don't have the Silicon Valley. For us, Western countries, it's more difficult because our competitor are the Americans. And AI is all based on language. It's mostly based on language and culture. And you have the opportunity to make the difference because you are leaders in the Arabian world, and you can really develop AI based on your language and your culture. And also you are good at math and mathematics, or both AI. So I think it's a huge opportunity for GCC countries to invest in AI technology, more than trying to think could be used, but invest in technology because you have a lot still to do, and it's a real opportunity for you.
Thank you very much, Isabel. The regie is telling me that we are ahead of the time, and I would like to have a very last point. Adel and I are working experts from UNIDO, where we are supporting UNIDO in implementing industrialization, digital transformation countries, and technologies in many countries. One of the tools we have is this guideline for the establishment of a smart factory lab. Smart factory lab is not only for, let's say, for productive area, it can be used as a lab for different sectors, as we are talking to enhance productivity in energy sector, in tourism, again, in manufacturing aspects. So this guideline has been launched in June last this year in Switzerland. It can be an interesting tool to bring all the ecosystem together and to discuss, to create use case, to implement use case, and to discuss with, let's say, with users and policymakers how to implement many things we are discussing now. So I would be glad to hand over this to you and then, to give more information about. So thank you very much. Yeah. Very last point. I cannot.
About ITC. So we had the opportunity last year to host students from Mohammed bin Rashid Dubai School of Government in Geneva. So it was a pleasure to meet with them, to discuss with them, and to present our tool. So today I'm here again. I can with you, Professor, here share with you some of the information of our free online tools and training. And this is, I think, will be very helpful for students on new technologies, but also on other related topics, trade-related topics. So I invite you to circulate among your students, and they can subscribe and follow the courses, free courses. Thank you.
So thank you very much, dear panelists. Thank you very much, the audience, and have a nice day again. Thank you.